So Kaylin's use of the term human meat puppets really seems to have turned everyone into an expert on facilitated communication overnight. The majority of people seem to be saying something along the lines of like, oh, no. Kaylin wasn't calling people human meat puppets. She was saying that facilitated communication treats people like human meat puppets, like in some attempt to protect people that they consider more vulnerable, which is nice, but it's just lacking any of the nuance that these kinds of conversations need. And it's also very apparent that people aren't educated on what they're talking about. One of the first things people are really quick to proclaim is studies disprove facilitated communication. Like those studies aren't contested and deeply flawed in design and assumptions. These studies didn't consider barriers like access to motor planning and execution impairments. Yes, these studies did demonstrate that there is a risk of facilitator influence, and they did underline the need for adequate safeguards, but they did not disprove FC as a valid communication method in all cases. People are all also collapsing facilitated communication, rapid prompting method, and spelling to communicate into one category rather than acknowledging that they all have distinguishing theoretical assumptions, methods, and benefit different people due to offering different forms of support. And yes, they do still all have their own specific safeguarding requirements, but they are also nuanced. And then there's others rushing in to state that one protects autonomy while the others do not and should be discarded, which is great for self-preservation but does harm the people who rely on the others to communicate. And I do get that people are genuinely concerned about safeguarding. But if we are actually concerned about safeguarding, the focus should be on authorship protections, method-specific risks, and access to appropriate motor supports. Instead, it's just broad, generalized, sweeping statements on these methods don't work, and that doesn't actually protect anyone. It simply harms non-speaking people who do rely on those methods to communicate.